linearly with a number of sex partners. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. The relationship was particularly pronounced, however, for women. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Basically, what
Does
it's
it have
saying
like
is
a
they're
link to
dealing
the
with the
study? Because I don't see it.
stigma of
I don't see
having
that.
multiple sex partners by using drugs.
Where's the link to the study? It doesn't have one.
It has the references at the bottom right here.
And also, I could
Online
ask: could this be dependent upon cultural shame and
That's literally what I
societal
just said. I said
stigma?
the social stigma.
Okay, so if there's social stigma, so again, if we get rid of the social stigma, exactly what you're sort of perpetuating here, right? Wouldn't we then, not have this negative impact?
Well, I mean, that's in a perfect world, of course, but
That's not a perfect world. We can get rid of stigma.
Beginning of my argument by saying that not only are men giving the social stigma to women, but women are too. So I mean, yeah, in a perfect world, yeah.
Yeah, but that's because of these lies that we've been taught that it should matter for women but not for men.
What'd you say?
That's because these lies that we've been taught that it should matter for women but not for men. So this is just a byproduct of the patriarchy and the cultural stigma that is by virtue of that.
Talk about historically. Another reason why historically a low body count was coveted by women was because you could determine the fraternity of a child.
Yeah, and I don't think that's necessary to even relate to. Also, I don't think that would mean it would matter.
That literally directly correlates to the argument.
If someone was infertile, it wouldn't.
You said what?
They would still say, if someone is infertile, they'd still say it matters. And then secondly,
no, I didn't say infertile. I said the reason why it matters historically.
Dude, I know you didn't listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Maybe
the father of the child was.
Hey, I understand. I never said that you said that. Okay, so listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay, because I never said that you said that. Okay, at that time, right? We don't have to look at what they're saying, right? If we want to look at this, though, right, as it relates to the context of paternity, right? If they still had an individual in which was infertile, they would still care, right?
If they had an individual which was infertile?
Yeah. There's no paternity of the child there, yet it still matters.
You're right. Yes, for sure.
Okay, so then that reason fails.
I think that's also a case-by-case basis. I mean, of course, if your partner was infertile, then yeah, that wouldn't be a concern of yours. But I mean, that's a very, very minute number of, you know what I mean? Like that's a very, that's an anomaly considering what we're talking though. Fraternity, like the paternity of a child is
infertile people. People who are infertile make up 17.5% of the global population.
Of the global 17.5. That's literally not even close to half. So yes, that's definitely an anomaly.
17.5% is not an anomaly.
Okay, anomaly might not be
So my eye color, hazel, is significantly less prevalent from that. Am I an anomaly?
That's a mute point to make when we're talking about the majority. You're making a case for the minority of the people.
Okay, so if I just talked about older people, right, would that be relevant?
What do you mean by that? No.
Yeah, if something was applicable to older people, would I be able to talk about that?
I'm saying historically the reason
I can't ask a single question.
I'm saying historically the reason why it mattered for women to be faithful is because historically you would not know who the child is. That has nothing to do with, I don't know where the rest of it's coming from.
Yeah, and I'm saying that's probably not the reason, because it is the case that I can bring up this point, they would still care even if they were infertile. And again, that's not something that you can't take into account. Obviously, that's something that you can take into account. 17.5% of people from 7 billion is an insane amount of people. For you to say that doesn't matter would be saying that a billion people around the world.
Now you're mischaracterizing.
Let me please finish my point.
I'm just saying you're making a point for the minority.
Do I need to mute you?
I mean, you can. It's just when you're saying.
I don't want to have to I don't have to talk louder. You know what I mean?
I feel it, but we should both be able to speak in a debate, right?
Yeah, I know, but once I'm done.
Okay, good. I apologize.
So 17.5% of 7 billion, isn't that around over a billion people?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously a billion people matter, right? As it relates to comparison.
Are you done?
You can see that I muted my mic, and you can see that I stopped talking.
Interrupting you. I just don't want to interrupt you.
You're just being dramatic.
I'm not. I also told you I was literally delayed. I'm just trying to make sure that we're having a respectable debate here. And like I said, when I was saying that it didn't matter, I feel like you're mischaracterizing my words. What I said is you're making an argument for the minority. So when you're making an argument for the minority, like I just don't see how that point overshadows the fact of historically, for thousands of years, this is why people coveted that.
Yeah, and again, I'm just saying that reasoning doesn't hold up because you think that they would not have held to it if the case is that they were still infertile. So you could say that that'd be some reason that would be cited, but not necessarily something that would hold. So what's the point? Why? What does it matter? Like throughout the context of society, little children were married to adults.
I'm confused as the point that you're trying to make right now.
Just because something has been valued to be a particular way throughout the context of history does not mean this is the correct way to value it.
That's true. Touche. Touche.
So then, like, what would be our point from this?
My point would just be the reason why I think it matters is because it's the stigma societally that comes from both genders and the fact that historically it's been covered for a reason. And it's to make sure that you are the father.
Wait, so that's how it was. Is that how it should be?
What do you mean?
That's how it was. Does that mean how it should be?
Like that sexual fidelity?
You're saying
To a
this is
certain
why it
degree of
does
power, I
matter in
think
our
that's how it
society
should
right
be.
now, right? And I'm
Right.
saying, should it matter that way?
Should it matter that way because of the advances of modern medicine? Is that what you're saying?
No. No, right? You're saying it does matter.
Yeah.
Just because it does matter, does that mean it should matter?
I think it. I don't think that it should matter. I think it's definitely a case by case basis, but I think that we have to argue what's actually
Wait.
going on in society.
Can you read my background, please?
Yeah. Why should a high body count matter for?
So I'm
women and not
completely
men?
talking about what should be, right?
Right, and I told you two reasons on why I felt like it should matter. One, the maternal aspect, and two, because of societal
But
stigma.
you just said it shouldn't matter.
I personally believe that I think that anybody should be able to do what they want, but I'm saying I understand why people think that women should be a little bit more selective of who they give their body to. So I'm basically just arguing for, like, playing devil's advocate. I think that anybody.
So you're playing. So you don't believe this. So the whole point that means that you wouldn't be like relevant to come up here. But
I don't see why. I just gave you two relevant points. I don't.
those aren't relevant points, right? The reason why they're not relevant points, and also the
Societal
only reason I'd
stigma
be able
is
to.
relative?
The reason why they're not relevant points is because just because people believe this in society, or just because people stigmatize this, does not mean it's correct to stigmatize this, or does not mean we should stigmatize this. But the only way that I can relate to what we should do, at least in a conversation with me or you, is relating back to our own internal values. So the reason why devil's advocate completely dies here is because it doesn't relate back to your own internal values.
Well,
So I can't
okay, if we're
appeal
talking
to
internal
what
values,
you
that's not
value
an
to then
internal
give
value.
you types of scenarios that would be able to show you how you might be flawed in your own thinking. So
I
again,
understand
it
that,
seems
but
like you're not debating this, so I am going to go on to the next person.
Okay. A little minute.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Let's get this next person up here, y'all. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but for not men?
So to a point, yes.
Why so?
Okay, so my point being, so let me think of this. So some
Kristen, I
women
appreciate the superpower. Thank you.
some women just hand it out like it's nothing. And men, it has never mattered for men by statistics and just real life. It'll never matter for men because they're men.
It does matter. Women do care about it. But if you want to talk about what should matter, well, clearly, right, if you think it should matter for women, why should it not matter for men?
I mean, I think it should be treated equally, honestly.
So you think it should be equal?
It should be equal because why do we get judged and they don't?
For real, man. So real. So real, chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
I believe that women connect like more on a emotional level with people that they're having sex with and stuff like that. other
They
than
can do so? Can you give me any evidence of that? That they can act more in an emotional manner?
I mean, not. I don't have evidence of that, but I mean,
So why do you believe it if you don't have any evidence?
because I've seen it happen before.
What do you mean you've seen it happen?
Okay, bro.
You've never been into sex? Okay. I'm like, you've never emotionally been into it? I think that's just projection, bro. Like, if that's tough, bro, I feel bad for you, man. That's crazy, chat. That's crazy. Why do they keep leaving? Because they're snowflakes? And they can't address their own misogyny? I think that's literally the reason. So that's tough. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Honestly, I'm 27 years old and I'm in a committed relationship. But when it comes to a relationship, it shouldn't matter on either side. Honestly,
You think it should matter equally?
Doesn't matter at all when it comes to love.
Do you think it should matter equally?
Huh?
You think it should matter equally?
Yeah, like honestly, body count shouldn't.
So real, dude. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you think that high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Donovan, thank you for the $5 in Cash App. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's get the next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, everyone. Let's get the next person up here. Hopefully we can get and make sure people read the background today, everyone, or listen to the live. On to the next, everyone. On to the next. Let's get to the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Let's get this next person up here, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yeah.
Why so?
I don't really have any statistics or articles to prove it. And I know that you're really big on that. Honestly, I think it's just because the simple fact that, I mean, men want partners that are younger and pure. And I think whenever women are ready to commit, they're not.
So men want children?
No.
That's what it sounds like to me.
No, not a minor. Oh my gosh.
You said they want them younger and quote unquote pure.
Yeah, like, you know, like 1 or 2 is fine for a woman, I believe. Like, but I mean, your body's a temple, and I feel like women should really be in their feminine. And
Wait, so if you have 3 bodies, it's too much?
I mean, I personally, no. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
you should be really respectful. It's your body, it's your choice. Like, you're
How is
giving,
3 too much?
because you're supposed to be looking for love. You're supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, and you can really look for love and still have 3.
I mean, to each their own. It doesn't really matter the actual number. It's just.
Then
It's
3
just-
wouldn't be too much then.
I mean, I believe that you should only have one forever partner.
1 for every partner?
No, one forever partner.
Oh, well, what if someone's with someone who's abusive, or they're with someone who they end up not really like being compatible with?
Oh yeah, well then that's when number 2 comes in, right?
Yeah, don't you think that people can go through multiple relationships in like high school and whatnot?
Yeah.
Or like in
but
college?
I think women should think more before they go sleeping around. I think that they should like respect themselves and not just hand them out to like men.
Okay, so if I had sex with 3 people, I'm not respecting myself?
Well, you're a man,
So?
so that doesn't obtain to you
Why does that not apply to me?
because we're talking about women, not men.
Okay, and what's the difference? The relevant difference?
I mean, you literally just said, what?
So if I have sex with 1,000 women, there's no issue with that.
Honestly, no. I think women actually prefer men with like experience. I don't want somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
You know that people in relationships engage in sex more, so wouldn't they be more likely to have experience? Damn, I appreciate the $5 in Cash App. Thank you so much.
Honestly, I actually read an article that sex actually does lower when you become in a committed relationship because the woman actually is like connected with that person emotionally.
I would love to see a source on that.
For sure. I have your Instagram. I love watching you, so I'll send it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Love to see it. So, in this particular scenario, right? What would be your broader point from this?
In this particular scenario,
You just gotta.
what would be
You have to swipe out of the app and swipe back in. Okay. You can send a guest request back. Swipe out. Just come right back in, and I'll accept you. But do tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to run it up to 500,000 likes, everyone. Share the live copy link, send it to your friends. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Plus, you can gift over TikTok, everyone. I'm going to look for her in the chat if I can't, or in the guest box if I cannot find her. I will make sure to look for her later. Maybe we'll get her back to come on a different time if she sends that source. But let's get to the next individual quick. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next person up here. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all.
Do you hear me?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yes, definitely.
Why? You're paused out of the app. I can't hear you, man.
Because, bro, men can get multiple women pregnant, but women can only get pregnant once. Simple. That should tell you everything you need to know right there.
Wouldn't that mean it would matter more for men because they can get more people pregnant?
I mean, no, the whole point of humanity is to reproduce, bro. You know that, right?
Wait, why wouldn't it matter more for the men who can get more people pregnant?
Because
Simple.
that's how it works, bro. If you, okay, let's say a woman has sex with multiple men, right?
Yeah, she can only get pregnant once. Whereas a man who has sex with
exactly.
multiple women can get multiple people pregnant.
Exactly. So that's why body count shouldn't matter, bro.
Michael, so it shouldn't matter for men or women?
No, it should matter for women only.
Why? Because she can only get pregnant once.
You're wrong, bro. Because
The man seems irresponsible in that scenario. The woman's fine. She only got pregnant once. The man got multiple people pregnant.
You know how easy it is for women to like obtain sex, bro, these days?
It's easy for me. Does that mean that my body count matters more?
Yes. Women open their legs
Wait,
up.
so my body count matters more than yours?
Women open their legs
Wait,
up,
Michael,
right?
does my body count matter more than yours?
I mean, you're not a woman, so...
So, but I have more opportunities than you, man.
I mean, you're not a woman, though.
Okay, so it's not about level of opportunities.
No, look. Women have the opportunity... Look, if women... They can... They know how... Like, they can... You know what I'm trying to say? Like...
No.
They like...
Oh, you're paused out of the app, man. Can't hear you.
I couldn't get it out. Hear me out. My bad. Okay, so let's say a woman go out right now. They have the option to either let their legs spread open or keep them closed.
Yeah, so do the men that sleep with them.
Huh?
So do the men that sleep with them.
Yeah, but the women initiated. They open their legs.
Wait.
unless it's
Men
rape.
initiate too. When you
No.
consent, that's your initiation, right?
Yeah, the woman
Yeah,
has
so
to
both men
consent for
and
you to
women
have
consent,
sex.
right?
The woman has to consent for you to have sex, though.
And so does the man.